Wait, what the fuck is the police quota system? Been having fun. Okay, there, I said it. Like the last week, it just like ever since, I don't know, like since last week, I've just not been having fun as much when I stream. There are happy moments, but ultimately, I'm not having that much fun. And when I don't have that much fun, a chat sees that and they're like, well, fuck this. Okay, yeah, the people got to me. They did. Okay, the fucking drama Andy's got to me. I see like literally people leaving this community being like, fuck this guy, every day on the internet, and it fucking sucks because like people constantly shitting on me and dogpiling has actually had some staying power. Okay, and that fucking sucks. So I just like, I'm constantly on edge. I'm constantly defensive. That's probably not making for good content regardless. And ultimately, I want to entertain people. So I feel like I'm not as entertaining. That and also the news is fucking dog shit too.
Millions of those stops have nothing to do with traffic safety.
That's fucking insane. Like, even in the least like hurtful way that cops operate, they're still straight up like causing a fucking nuisance. Like, this is the least impactful thing that they do. You know what I mean? God, fucking policing just like absolutely sucks so much. Just sucks the most amount of dicks and ass and butts and everything. Fuck.
All over Colorado, towns that cite so many drivers, the cash flow makes up a huge chunk of their budgets.
Totally, dude. Yeah, no, that's what they would actually rather do. Like, you know, by fucking doing like over enforcement in black and brown neighborhoods and shit.
And
by the way, this is like yet another perfect example of why people say ACAB, why I say ACAB as well, or all cops are bad. Like, you gotta do that. You gotta do a bad thing. If you're a fucking cop, and this is like literally the least, like, out of all the bad shit that cops do, this is one of those things that they enforce that's the least bad. So think about that. This is the least invasive bad thing that they can and do. Ultimately, they have to do this, okay? This is their fucking job. Their job is to do bad shit. Doesn't matter. It's just how it is. Want to cook food for you? Wait, what? It's crazy. Does the wife always fucks the mailman behind your back? Yeah, I did watch the Facebook enrollment video last night, but I'll rewatch it. You guys want to know? This is gonna stop you from ever wanting employer-backed health insurance after watching this next level cringe shit.
It's time we're gonna choose your benefits. It happens once a year. We call it open enrollment, and now you know the time is here. It runs from October 25 till the 12th of November. There are some things you need to do, and we'll help you remember.
Tell me what's gonna change.
Tell me what's gonna change.
Well, there's a new pen we're adding, got a high deductible. But before you send it packing, know it comes with something cool.
You can save and invest your way all tax-free with an HSA.
Tell me what's gonna change.
Tell me what's gonna change.
Benefits are getting better for your body and your mind.
Get some glasses or some braces.
And cholera anytime.
For your family progeny has fertility covered.
So that's what's gonna change.
That's what's gonna change. Now let's move that thing and jump into the metaverse.
Be
sure to review what's changing on the People Portal and decide what benefits you'll need for 2022. If you don't actively enroll, your current benefits will carry forward, except for your FSA contributions.
If you enroll in the HDHP, you can also put money in addition to Facebook's contribution. You also have the option of enrolling in a limited purpose FSA for dental and vision expenses.
Don't forget to enroll through the People Portal by November 12th. And while you're doing that, take a moment to review your dependents and beneficiaries.
Bro, why did they fucking do her dirty? They put like eyebrow lines on her fucking character. You know what I'm saying? This has to be a crime, right? This is an internal video from Facebook that was supposed to teach like the open enrollment period and the benefits that you have with like your work with your employer-backed health insurance. Yeah.
And make sure all information is up to date.
And LifeAt has more great things coming in 2022, like an enhanced 401k match and your LifeAt Choice benefit that can be used to reimburse all sorts of well-being purchases, including your very own Oculus.
Wow. Okay, now you know what to do.
But if you have questions, we're here for you.
Just hit up Accolade or Cleo can make life easy too.
And where do you enroll? The People Portal.
Life can go up and down, but there's something you ought to know, yeah.
LifeAt is here to help this enrollment.
Be sure to check things out. Yeah, you know it's time to enroll, yeah.
Go on and choose benefits this enrollment.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
My boss's husband made this video. Jesus Christ.
It's time to enroll.
That was great. Yet another reason for why, you know, there shouldn't be employee-backed insurance and instead it should be universal healthcare coverage. Brian Jew? Yeah, there's a guy named Brian Jew. Isn't it amazing that if you miss a deadline, you're shit out of luck for 6 months until the next open enrollment period? Missed mine one time. Shit sucked. Yeah, it's not great. Do they offer cringe insurance? No, they don't. Are you sure you want to cover this video? It's a lot. Yeah, if chatters won't shut the fuck up about it. Like, they want me to cover it so bad. Like, they just like, there's people in here that are like, I'm literally desperate for you to cover this video. I need, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because like they want my take on it. They just haven't like figured out what their own personal take is. I looked into it a little bit more. It seems like Gus Johnson was dating Sabrina, who was dating Sabrina Abelina. Both of them have been on the show. And while they were dating, he was not very supportive. Even before Sabrina realized that she had a ectopic pregnancy, which is when a fetus starts growing outside of the womb, like outside of the uterus, right? Isn't that what it is? And like literally you'll die. Like if you continue on with that pregnancy, you just fucking die. But even before that, he just did not want her to, it seems like, yeah, it grows in the fallopian tube. So it's an unviable pregnancy that also literally will kill you. Like it will kill the carrier. But even before that, Gus Johnson, from what I understand, was not supportive at all and literally was just straight up like, you know, I'm not fucking doing this. Like, you're not having this baby. And like, you want me to watch this, dude? Like, you want me to watch like this person crying and like talking about this? And it's like, it's so heavy. Like, this is some real heavy shit. Like, some of you motherfuckers literally love like sadness porn, okay? You want to see this? You want to watch this, dude? Anyway, so... And their surgery photos? Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not watching this, man. Anyway, so basically, from what I understand, from what I've read into it, okay, I'm telling you what this is, okay? If you want to watch it, you can watch it on your own. Not only was Gus unsupportive in the beginning of the pregnancy, even before he knew that it was a ectopic pregnancy, that like she had no shot but to like absolutely abort. Okay, otherwise she's gonna die. It's not Gus actually. She mentions it in the video. Dude, shut the fuck up. She literally said your apologies are meaningless after Gus apologized. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, but even after that, when she does end up getting an abortion, he's not there for her, and he places his career over he placed his career over their relationship, over her well-being, and it's like kind of fucked up. It's not even kind of fucked up, it's just fucked up. It's very personal, very fucked up. And that's what yeah, Gus personally fucking admitted to it in a tweet, and motherfuckers are still trying to defend him. Like, what the fuck? He literally recognizes that he fucked up and he was selfish, and it was like not a good thing for him to do. And there's still people in here who are like, nah, dog, that wasn't actually Gus. You can hardly call it an abortion. It's a life-saving surgery. Yes, which makes it even more fucked up that it makes it even more fucked up that he did not he was not supportive of his girlfriend. And I did not know that this was happening, obviously, because I'm not that close with either party. And also on top of that, like, they've been on the show together. I did not realize that. Son, I'm not having a great time right now, to be honest. These last few weeks have been rough. Chat, cool. Can you watch this forced abortion and abuse video? Yeah, like, that's like, dude, you have to watch this. I think part of the reason why people want me to watch it is because they want to, like, they probably have suspicions that I would, like, take one side in the situation. And you know, they could use that to, like, I don't know, clip something and be like, look at him. He's, like, defending a big streamer. And both of the content creators here are big regardless. So, like, no matter which side I take in the situation, they can just use that to be like, look, he took a side. And the side is, well, yeah, it's fucked up. Gus Johnson fucked up. He admits that he did. Okay? So there you go. There for fucking all the drama Andes. Like, if this is what you were looking. See? Like, this fucking dipshit. This fucking dipshit. This absolute baboon. This absolute fucking baboon. This absolute fucking baboon is literally like, Hasan is defending Gus. Come on, man. Like, I did not do that. I did not even do that. But this fucking baboon with a baboon brain is literally in the chat proving my point. The dumbest part of it is you openly said basically every time this topic has come up that you barely know them outside of the times they've been on the stream. It's not like you are great friends with them off stream or whatever, either person. Yeah. This is literally at the heart of why I fucking hate, why I've been like kind of hating streaming these past couple of weeks. Because people have preconceived notions of me, not to like turn this fucking thing back to myself here, but people have preconceived notions of me. They have ideas about like where my biases are or whatever the fuck. And they literally don't even want to hear what's coming out of my mouth. They just want a clippable moment. and it feels like I constantly have to be on the fucking back foot, constantly have to be on the defensive position, and it straight up sucks. Okay? It just sucks. Anyway, but going back to the main issue at hand. From Gus's Instagram, back home after a long night of surgery at the hospital, Sabrina, this has been our 12th hospital visit in the last month. This last month has been real shitty with so much to worry and medical care. We just all have to be done with it. Hopefully this should be the last procedure before recovery checkups. We're doing the best we can over here and we appreciate you. I just realized this is the first time I've acknowledged my girlfriend publicly and stuff. We've been dating for almost a year now. It kicks ass. She's hot. Best lady 2K18. Oh. At 17:30 in the rhinoplasty, she addresses Gus and his neglect specifically and by name, as well as something else. She adds a timestamp she did not do for the other chapters in her journey. The reason I mentioned the rhinoplasty video is because it contains not only a direct reference to the pregnancy incident. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, this is when they were like trying to piece it together. All the people are saying she did this for clout and that this should have been kept private when she was just telling her story and didn't even mention his name. Yeah, yeah, dude, I love fucking getting clouded up off of revealing a deeply personal story about my life. It's just like the most clouded shit. Anyway, dude, stop watching LSF for real, dude. What do you mean? I'm not watching LSF. This isn't LSF at all. So basically, this is just Sabrina liked to tweet that definitively the concerns that Gus is the ex-boyfriend from our video. Any remaining doubt, Gus officially responds. Anyway, ultimately, what happened is he was not even all that supportive, from what I understand, from what I read about the story, that he was not that supportive of her even throughout the many checkups that she went through, not by her side, and basically just fucking working, you know? Now, there are reasons why people do that. Part of the reason, if I'm trying to like understand the mind of the other person in this at all, the actual, like, not the victim, obviously, the perpetrator of the trauma, there could be, I guess, like in the most like charitable situation, you're being avoidant because you want to escape that traumatic reality personally, but even then you have to fucking take an L and you have to be there for the other person. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to just say like Pokemon cards over girlfriends. It could literally be a way to, one, maintain the privacy, or it's just straight up selfish regardless. You know what I mean? Okay. So he wasn't working. He was out drinking with friends while she was in surgery, from what I remember of the video. Yeah, no, I do think it's like fucked up regardless. I do think it's not good. It's very fucked up. Anyway, worse than that, he would gaslight her about her pain and PTSD and even saying things like, so anyone else would have left you by now. He would listen to her phone calls with doctors so she didn't exaggerate her pain or symptoms. Jesus Christ. So he's getting canceled for being bad at dealing with extremely tough life events and having bad coping mechanisms. Seems pretty ableist to cancel a man over having mental health issues. Are you fucking joking, dude? Like, what is this like pussy ass fucking zoomer ass bullshit that like everything is done for mental health complications? Like, you can have like you can have a tough go at it while still being like a selfish dick. Okay? Like, just stop trying to fucking reduce everything to like you know, mental health complications. Jesus Christ. You can just fuck up. And I think that Gus Johnson himself personally admits that he fucked up and he was a bad person. Okay? And he's literally he canceled all of the remaining shows for the rest of the year. And he's saying like that he fucked up and that he's gonna try to deal with it and become a better person and all this stuff. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, why are people defending someone who himself is saying like, yeah, I don't really deserve this. Like, I don't really deserve to be defended. I fucked up. I was horrible. I was a bad person. What the fuck, dude? Y'all are crazy, bro. I swear to God. But ultimately, it is like really, it is really personal. It's a really personal story. Anyway. Whoobi's take? I don't know Whoobi's take, but I don't really care. I just don't want to, I don't want to hear it. Okay? I just like, how do cars fucking them? Holy shit. Are you fucking serious? Barstool Big Cat? How do cars fucking the movie Cars? They're all horny and some are clearly in relationships, but how do they have sex? Oh, it's over. It's over. Cussy is gone. Cussy is now officially infiltrated Barstool, dude. That's crazy. It's done. It's done. Cussy has gone mainstream, dude. Barstool's gonna take all the clout. Your job is done. Yeah, my job is done here. Okay, let's watch the rise of money launderers on Snapchat and Instagram.
Then it's pocket Insta model, and you just need the money. 15 lakhs right there. This is all it takes to get them excited. Not too far,
With fraud and scamming on the rise, criminal gangs are always on the lookout for people willing to lend them their bank accounts to receive and withdraw that unlawful cash. The people whose bank accounts are being used by these fraudsters are called money mules.
They said within 3-4 days there'll be like $4 grand in your account and you can have 5.
But why would people let criminals use their bank account when it could result in paying the price for someone else's crime? More often than not, this presents a red flag for banks, which can get you blacklisted and done for money laundering, which could land you in jail for up to 14 years. I want to investigate this new crime trend by speaking to the police, the victims, and also the recruiters, manipulating people online to launder cash. I'm with Banks and Shanks, two fraudsters who don't want their crimes traced back to them. So instead, they recruit money mules.
What the fuck? Bro, these guys gotta be real dumbasses to just be like, straight up, yeah, I'm gonna be identifiable. He just straight up like, I'm gonna be Mandem. I'm gonna be identifiable in a fucking Vice video for the clout. I also love that like they're literally fucking roaming the streets of balaclavas on. That's pretty funny. God.
They're meeting up with one of them who's just received money from the latest bank fraud into his account. As payment for letting them use his bank details, or deets, they're giving him a cut and returning his square, which is roadman for bank card. How did you meet Banks and Shanks?
We snapped it,
Snap?
I literally threw a post. Ever since that, I found that it was easy way to make money. Ever since
I mean, this dude is like incredibly recognizable. Are you fucking joking? This motherfucker's like actually gonna go to jail.
doing business.
And are you like nervous about the risks involved and all of that?
It's what it is, isn't it? The game goes. When you say anything, that's the deal you have to do.
So how much did you just give my man?
Gave him 2.5 bags.
2.5 bags?
Yeah.
So what do you think he does with that money next?
Sky's the limit. He can do anything with it. If he wants to go out and spend it all on design line, he'll do that. If he wants to save it, he's smart. What to do.
Banks, Shanks and their mule look like brethrens, but really they're fully using him and could get my man blacklisted by banks, ruin his credit rating, and even worse, he could get arrested. Do you ever tell the money mules the risks beforehand?
To some people, sometimes I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna speak to a certain way so you don't feel like you have a choice and won't fall coerced into it. Manipulate. Don't say that, fam.
Knock it off. Don't say that, fam. He's literally like, no, I coerce them into doing the crimes sometimes.
It's the truth, though. Yeah, but you can't say that.
Banks and Shanks almost exclusively recruit their mules through social media.
Most likely he's sensitive person. So, yeah, that's the money.
Oh, you got some cash on you now? Oh, snap. Ross. Wait, how much is that, do you know?
15.
Oh, jeez.
Then you wanna take a video, stick your video, put your caption, you want to make money, 3 to 5 days, make them know that it's quick, it's easy, and it's risk-free.
It's risk-free, but you know...
It's free, but kind of is, please ain't really doing anything about it really.
So, where exactly did all this cash come from?
You might do this.
Man can't even get into detail, fam. I was like, Jesus, I'm guessing it's something illegal.
Probably.
Yeah. So you made the post. Someone's replied. What's the next steps from that?
The next steps from that is sending you date of birth, full name.
These must be pretty low-level criminals if they're just fucking stupid. Yeah, no, they are. They are, 1, stupid, and 2, definitely low-level.
Phone number, picture of your ID, and then probably within the next day or 2 to get someone to go there, get the spray, drop off to no decaf, and then quickly crypto, or go to the bank with your with the next signature, or go automatic. The reason why we put it through crypto sometimes, because if the feds wanna try to track down the money through crypto, so it's like the way it is cryptic.
So it's just harder to trace, isn't it?
Harder to trace, that's what it's all about. Pretty much anonymous. Not 100%, but getting money to the bank and asking to get verified too.
What would you do if, like, you send it to someone's account and then it already gets locked, like the feds are already on it, and it's just trapped?
If it's trapped, it's trapped. That's a different story. The person's taking the money out without my permission.
Okay.
Take it out without my permission. Sympathizers are getting, you know.
So it's pure violence if they take your money? Well, no, you need to take this away from me before I get too carried away, bro. These are young guys, just teenagers, walking around with 50...
Bro, he's like, I mean, dude, this is insane. What a fucking idiot, dude. How stupid. I mean, you can see his eyes on this.
£1,000 in a book bag like it's nothing. They don't see the repercussions. They don't see the possible jail time. They just want to make money fast. In 2020, there were almost 26,000 suspected money mule cases in the UK involving 14 to 30-year-olds.
The reality is, like, the best way to fucking... I mean, all this takes is one honeypot, dude. All it takes is one fucking undercover cop to be like, man, them, I'm trying to make a quick buck. And then fucking, you know... get these dudes completely fucking clapped up.
Sky News has reported that people younger than 25 are 6 times more likely to fall victim to criminals on social media than over 50s. I'm checking the apps to see just how easy it is to get coerced into money muling. I've just made a fake Snapchat and a fake Instagram account. And on my Instagram, I've portrayed myself as being into flashy clothes, expensive jewelry, liking partying and going out. And I've typed in the explore page, quick cash, and I followed every single page that's come up, and I've started DMing potential recruiters, asking them, how do I get them?
What the fuck? Guys, let's get busy now. Look what I've made in 5 days. Easy cash. Get up my DM, man.
Involved, basically. I've done the same for Snapchat. I've typed in quick cash, make money, and one of them's even replied to me now, saying, who's this? Oh, mate. Within minutes, I get a list of information the recruiter wants from me. This happened all within the space of 10-15 minutes.
Bro, if you're giving your fucking address and like all of your, like a photo of your ID to like random strangers over Snapchat, like what the fuck are you doing, bro? You are so gullible. Holy fuck. There's so many dumbasses on the internet too. That's really sad.
This guy obviously doesn't care about whether I'm gonna get away with this. So I could potentially get 14 years. I'm just being used. But not all money mules are recruited on social media.
But on Riot, it's fine. Yeah, unironically, yes. Yes, an application, like a dating app, has significantly higher verification protocols. And even then, you have to still, you don't ever give your fucking ID to a potential date, dumbass. What date are you sending photos of your fucking ID to? If someone on Riot was like, despite all of the fucking verification protocols, to just like be on a dating app, to have your profile on there, and there's like ways to figure out if it's a catfish or not. It's like, who the fuck is like, yeah, I'll go on a date. You just need to show me your fucking ID.
Many get persuaded by friends and family. So you've been a money mule. So do you mind speaking about your experience and how they approached you?
I got approached by a family member. They had done it a few times with someone that approached them. I sort of got pressured by that family member to do it. When I agreed to do it, they said, give me bank details, give me a card, give me a PIN number in it. Obviously, nowadays, you would never give your bank details to anyone, would you? You know what I mean? But I did that, and they said, leave it with us within 3-4.
Oh, I did actually get someone's ID and fucking Vax cards and shit one time off Raya. Now that I think about it, I did ask some girls to send me their, not just like the girl, but also like their friend's ID and also Vax cards too. That's true. I literally did that in Texas. Yeah, that was really dumb of them, I guess.
Days, there'll be like $4,000 in your account in it, and you can have half. With that family member I was doing with, they was going to take a little bit. That was the sort of deal with it. Like, the money went into the account, and whoever had my card bought like $2,000 worth of gold. That's what it says on the statement or something like that. Yeah, so obviously that money came out so quick.
Yeah.
It's alerted the bank in it. Do you know what I mean? So the banks obviously put a block on it. So that person's took their half out, but the other half that was supposed to be mine, and the person I was doing it with obviously got frozen in it, you get me? So that's how it went wrong.
So what was the outcome of that?
When it happened, they froze my account, first of all. I had a letter come through the post, and it was like a fit letter in it, and they said, you owe like £4,000 in it. And I said to them, well, have you called the police in it? And they says, nah, we haven't done an investigation. So basically I've said to them, how do you know it wasn't fraud on my account? After that, they wiped that off, and 3 years later, they sent me a £25 check and I apologised.
Oh.
For closing my bank, because they couldn't actually prove it was fraud.
Okay then.
I didn't make nothing from it, I didn't profit from it. Stupid mistake. I know some people have done like 50 grand and that's a whole different ball game, and it's 4 grand. So alright, and it got 30 grand or 50, 60 grand, that's when things happen, innit?
So at the time that they approached you when you were younger, did you know that you could possibly get up to 14 years for money laundering?
Fucking, I had no clue, 14 years. Like, I probably would have come out of jail in my late 30s.
Motherfucker just found out. Like, he was just doing this shit and only just now he found out in it.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't have a clue, otherwise you wouldn't even touch that. It's like murder. Do you know what I mean? This is like murder sort of thing, manslaughter shit.
I think Raphael was extremely lucky. He managed to get the 4K that he was asked to launder completely wiped from his account. And he was even given a £25 check as an apology. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't believe it was worth it because he was still blacklisted from that bank for several years and his credit score was severely affected. And it kind of highlights the way that money mules see this crime. They see it as low risk, when that's far from the case. The National Crime Agency has set up a special task force dedicated to fighting this type of financial crime. It's often international gangs behind these schemes, trying to launder their illegal cash.
So what we've got here is a criminal group who are carrying out what we call business email compromise. They send emails to a company, making the company think it's just a normal supplier saying, oh, we've changed our bank account this month. So they're asking this company to pay money into a slightly different account. The criminals need that account to look absolutely normal. So they want a UK account. There's no point having an account in China or Afghanistan. That's going to look dodgy. They want it to be a high street bank. They want it to look totally normal. So to do that, the criminals need to recruit some money mules. So firstly, they'll have a recruiter, a mule herder, a picker, whose job will be to go out and find the mules. So they might use coercion, they might use force, they might threaten young people to do it. They might use deception, so pretend it's actually something completely legitimate. Or they might just recruit people and be completely upfront about what they're doing and just say, if you move £500, you get to keep 50. So in this case, you've got a recruiter who's forced one person to be involved, so the money is immediately going into their account. And to make it even harder for us to track them down, they're then using 2 other mules to move the account. And then finally, what we're seeing here is the final individual is being asked to transfer all the money through a money service business, which is a specialist business involved in moving money abroad, and the criminals will pick it up. So you've got a complex transaction web that starts with the theft of money and ends with some, but not all of that money, going back into the hands of the criminal. And they are using a network of mule herders and money mules to help them avoid getting caught, make the money look clean, and get that money out of the country.
And what are the said consequences of money laundering?
So if you're a money mule, you can get arrested, you can get prosecuted, you can end up in prison. But I think the issue that we're really...
Did you motherfuckers time my pee? Like actually how many seconds it took me to pee?
worried about in terms of consequences is if you agree to take part in money laundering and the bank spots it and they seize the money and they freeze the money, you might quickly find that you owe a nasty criminal group a lot of money and they're not going to take no for an answer. So we are concerned in particular about young people who are told that this is an easy way of making money, you know, you just go into the bank, move this, no big deal, we'll leave a few quid in your account, and all of a sudden they owe debt to a criminal group and that debt is going to come with interest, and they're not going to be happy if you don't pay. We spend our time hearing victim stories where you have people losing their homes and losing their livelihoods. You know, you've got all sorts of cases around people committing suicide because they've lost their life savings. In terms of money muling, I think what we want people to understand is that they're just a piece in the chain. And they might not see the whole picture, but what they're doing is enabling violence to take place.
The NCA are focusing their efforts on tracking down the gangs and recruiters rather than the mules themselves, who are often tricked into it. But that still leaves young people who fall for these schemes exposed to potential violence from criminals, not to mention jeopardizing their futures. At the moment, it's like mule recruiters can post what they want and get away with it. It seems like the social media companies themselves could be doing a lot more to validate its users and regulate its content, stopping the recruiters being on the platform in the first place.
What is fucking Crimewave? Like they literally just do like
I was sued.
They just straight up like this is a playlist where they just show like how fucking people launder money and stuff and micromanagement jokes. They suck. Yeah, I don't like them, dude. It's like fucking hurting my soul a little bit.
For economic espionage. And sure, I can't really talk about it.
Who is Griffith? Is he this devious, treasonous traitor, or somebody with a little bit more passion behind his motivations?
I do want to conquer the world. I really do. Like nerd pride.
In late 2019, American research scientist Virgil Griffith was detained at Los Angeles International Airport on charges relating to a trip he'd taken to North Korea earlier that year.
Hi, my name is Virgil Griffith. I've never done a video like this before, but actually a video period. But I don't know, I was told just to be myself, and I guess we'll see how it goes.
Griffith's work centered on Ethereum, second only to Bitcoin as the world's largest cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah.
Federal prosecutors allege that the former hacker and self-anointed disruptive technologist had made a speech at a crypto conference in Pyongyang on how to use the tech to launder money and skirt the ever-tightening financial sanctions imposed on North Korea over the past decade. The evidence didn't look great. He'd previously texted a colleague about the idea of setting up an Ethereum network in the DPRK and had flown out on a purchased diplomatic visa, having seen his initial request knocked back. It still isn't clear if this eccentric crypto hacker really was trying to launder money for the most vilified regime in the world. This September, Griffith finally faces trial in New York on charges of violating international sanctions. If found guilty, he could spend up to 20 years in prison.
Crime cannot thrive in any major scale without the laundering of cash. We are facilitating corrupt dictators from looting their countries. We are making drug dealers and drug suppliers across the world ever more powerful. If they can't launder their cash, they're going to have far less power.
Money laundering is about making illicitly earned cash look like it came from a legitimate source. It's hard to say exactly, but the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime estimates that anywhere between $800 billion to $2 trillion of dirty cash is washed through the global economy every year.
Capitalism requires that this dirty money flows around freely, and if it didn't, we could see a serious economic decline.
It doesn't really matter if you're a pariah state trying to contort itself around the global financial system, or a 2-bit drug dealer with a shoebox stuffed with fivers under the bed. The fundamentals are the same. Whatever the scale, clean money is always the only worthwhile money. But the process of scrubbing it spotless isn't always straightforward. Think of it as a 3-part process. First, you need to place the money somewhere away from its illicit origins. Imagine that shoebox of cash deposited into a bank account in small enough increments not to arouse suspicion.
The second part is layering, where you do multiple transactions, often through shell companies and front companies, to disguise the origins of the money. And then there's integration, when you actually put it into a legitimate account, and then it's free to be used as if it were legitimately obtained.
If that sounds complicated, well, it's sort of meant to. Successful laundering relies on muddying the waters of just where that money started its journey. The easier it is to follow the flow of capital back to the point of origin, the easier it is to get caught, which is bad news for anyone with a bag of dirty cash burning a hole in their pocket. Ken Rehawk knows more about this than most. Today, he's a financial crime consultant. But in the late 80s, the high-flying lawyer was a Miami-based middleman for some serious Colombian cartels and other top-level organized criminals. At the peak of his operations, Ken would fly to the Caribbean with hundreds of thousands of dollars in a tattered suitcase, primed and ready to wash. But in Ken's view, things are worse now than they ever were back then.
With the rise of internet assets, it's so much easier. Instead of getting on a plane and flying to a tax haven, you can sit in your office, form an offshore company anonymously, and then move money electronically without exposing yourself by taking a flight to a dodgy tax haven.
This brings us back to Virgil Griffith, or rather, the very serious crimes he's been accused of. Guilty or not, using crypto to launder money maybe isn't the smartest idea. Some experts have likened it to pulling off a jewelry heist, but leaving a map to your apartment at the scene of the crime.
It is not a good idea to commit crime with Bitcoin, because the moment you have one single weak link in your operational security, all of your history is now exposed.
Because of its very nature, it's a red flag to law enforcement, because why would somebody in a legitimate business all of a sudden be moving cryptocurrency around?
It's also true that the vast scale of the problem wouldn't be possible without the complicity of legit institutions across the world. When it comes to money laundering, there's always hypocrisy at play. For instance, weirdo hackers on ill-advised visits to North Korea are very bad and need to be made examples of. But when it transpired in 2012, the HSBC had spent years gleefully waving through hundreds of millions of Mexican cartel money through its accounts, no one cared all that much.
Banks are willing to pay the fines necessary if they do get caught. They consider that to be the cost of doing business. That means the largest banks in the world pay multi-million-dollar fines. But there are trillions of dollars laundered.
Not only do I think the financial crisis meant that banks came to somewhat rely on dodgy money coming in back then, I also think that the future is not looking good for money laundering in the city. If anything, it's going to get worse.
I recognise that there have been some significant areas of failure. I have said before, and I will say again, despite the best efforts and intentions of many dedicated professionals, HSBC has fallen short of our own expectations.
The risk of actually being prosecuted and going to jail for being instrumental in laundering money is virtually nothing.
The only effective punishment that regulators can levy on a bank is the death penalty. That's the loss of the bank's license. If there were regulators with intestinal fortitude in the US, they could have canceled HSBC's licenses in the United States.
Financial crime can be difficult to get excited about. It is, by definition, invisible. It comes wrapped in endless jargon, systems to learn, acronyms to memorize. Drugs and murder are easy to understand. These are names with a face. But money laundering is just as corrosive to society. It's how ultra-violent drug lords keep their money and power. It's how repressive regimes succeed in asset stripping their countries. It's how corporations avoid tax and how terrorist networks maintain their funding. And it's hard to point to a solution to something so entrenched at every level of the global financial system. So whatever happens to Virgil Griffith, it won't spell even the beginning of the end for money laundering.
How drugs won the war on drugs? Wait, there was another video at the end of the previous video that I thought was more interesting, but I accidentally clicked away. Wait, where are the fucking video plugs? Oh, here it is. Crimewave.
My best advice
Gangs that steal your puppies? What the
give a
fuck?
dog owner is to get yourself a hamster or a cat.
Scum shit, dude. Actual scum shit.
In the loneliness and boredom of lockdown, there's been a surge in the demand for puppies. Eurogroup for Animals estimates that 8 million new dogs are now required annually to supply the European market, but only about 1.1 million are produced by official breeding facilities. This is creating ample opportunity for the canine criminal underworld of breeding and thieving.
It's quick. You get it, sell it on, it's done. Bang, pile of money.
According to the OCCRP, it's one of Europe's fastest growing illicit markets, possibly even third behind narcotics and weapons. And unlike arms and drugs, this illicit economy is fluffy, bounces down the street in full view, and is a very good boy.
What would you say to people who see their dogs as literally like their children?
Yeah, you get attached to them. Just don't be too attached to them.
I'm a dog owner, and I've heard that now, because of the prices in the demand for dogs, that he's apparently worth about $4,000 now, and so really worth nicking, and it worries me a lot. I want to know who's doing it, how they're doing it, and ultimately, if this demand in lockdown puppies is actually being met by criminals.
Since lockdown, puppy prices have increased by a mind-blowing 450%. For example, a golden retriever has gone up from around €500 in 2019 to almost €3,000. Puppy farms are the new gold mines. I've managed to secure a rare interview with an organised crime group who import puppies to the UK from Eastern Europe.
In this COVID situation, the prices have gone up. Bring dogs over, we sell them on the market. We also remove the chip and reinstate a British chip in there. We have transporters from Europe that are in touch with breeders over there, and we buy the whole litter and get them transported to the UK.
Why from Europe, though?
There's a lot of puppy farms in Europe, and we got access to a lot of the puppy farms over there, and they're mass producing them over there for the British market.
And what's the price difference with a dog, say, bought in the UK to...
300% difference in the price.
So a French Bulldog, for example, in Romania, or...
£250 to £300, and the same dog here, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
What happens, though, when you get them to the UK?
The only way to recognise an imported puppy is through a microchip, because the microchips are registered in European countries.
So how do you guys get around that, then, to make your profit?
Basically, what we do is we scan the microchip, remove the microchip, and reinstate the British chip.
Is he friendly? Can I pet him?
I've got a scanner here.
Okay.
And this lets me know by bleeping.
Wow, so the microchip's around here?
Yeah.
Is that right? But then, I mean, with a regular like this one, how would you cut the microchip out?
I mean, if it's a puppy, it's easier, but if it's an older dog, it has to be put to sleep.
It broke my heart to see how starved for attention the dog was, and the conditions it was kept in. They wouldn't tell me how many dogs they had there, but I could hear several whining around the back.
And once you've located the chip, what happens next?
When we find the chip, we pull it up, put a little slit in it, and remove the chip with one of the tweezers. It's just a little cut, slight little cut where the chip is, and just push it up to the surface and pull it out. Once the British chip is in, the puppy is British.
It must cause distress, right?
Yes, yes.
Would they call it animal abuse?
Call it what you want. It's bread on the table.
How can you guys guarantee the health and well-being of the dogs?
After paying £5,000, they definitely get looked after.
Does that matter to you? Do you care about these dogs?
We are in a different department. We're not interested in the welfare and the after the dogs have gone from us.
Do you think people buying puppies at the moment know where their dogs are coming from?
The buyer has no clue. No.
So if I just looked up a Frenchie online and bought it, it most likely has come from...
Romania, 60–70% of the time it's an import.
Do you think actually the people demanding all these dogs are kind of driving the business that you do?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, dude. What the fuck? First of all, how the fuck would the people know? I mean, that's why you adopt and you don't shop, but like this and many other reasons, but also like how the fuck? Motherfucker just blamed a dog napper. Like a real life villain, okay? The lowest of the low was literally just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about the dog's welfare. Like, that's not my shit. And also, yes, the person who's buying the dog is the fucking responsible for insane.
Yeah.
If the demand for puppies in the UK wasn't what it is, would you guys still do this?
Well, we'd find some other trade, wouldn't we? Yeah.
And as long as that demand exists?
You'll always be meeting people like us.
The criminal underworld is not just cashing in on illegal puppy farming. Dog thefts went up by 170% in 2020. One of the UK's dog napping hotspots is London parks. I'm meeting with Kaylee and her dad, whose Staffordshire Bull Terrier Eco was stolen. But somehow they managed to steal her back.
So what happened with Eco?
So I was walking through the park at 2 a.m. just to go for a last wee. We were here for about 5 minutes. We heard ushering, like, in the
That's
corner.
someone's trying to
was
call
over
your
this
dog.
corner. Yeah, it sounded like that, but as we both looked up, there was no one to be seen, and then we were like, shit, where's the dog? It was like a split second, so...
And she was just gone?
Absolutely vanished.
She was just like, Eco's been fucking stolen. We went to do an online Facebook group. Eco stolen, Whitechapel, and then her photo. And then people started to join the group. People that spend all their spare time looking for lost and stolen dogs.
So the group that helped you get Eco back, what kind of lengths do they go to?
One of these women advised Kaylee, like, you need to do a post that makes yourself cry. Kaylee did, and I read it, and I cried, and that really pushed the profile up.
And how did you get her back?
So I quite like to use the phrase that I kidnapped my dog back.
A phone call came from this dog walker who said she saw a dog without a collar that matched Eco's description being let out of an apartment to pee and brought back inside, you know, so obviously being kind of hidden. We were, you know, did this stakeout. We were sitting in the car, and then all of a sudden the balcony door opened. It's glass, so it caught like the reflection of the
And that was the
lamp.
first movement.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, something's happening. So we slowly got out of the car.
As we are approaching, like 5 foot before we get to the door, she then runs out in front of both of us, and we stop in our tracks. She didn't even go for her pee, she stopped and ran straight towards me.
So we just grabbed her, bundled her in the car, shut the door, and just took off. We took a Facebook Live video, and I swear I've never felt that kind of elation and euphoria. It was just pretty amazing.
We snatched her off the thieves, the fucking scumbag thieves. Eco, you know your name, don't you? Yes, you do. Eco.
Look at the bond between Kaylee and her dog. Sloppy as it is, any thieves who think dogs are replaceable need to think again.
And had you guys gone to the police about what had happened? And what was that like?
I compare it to an iPhone. If you were to report your iPhone lost with the police, no one does that because it's fucking useless. That's how I felt.
Even adult dogs like Eco are now targeted by gangs, as they can be used for breeding or even in dog fights.
Yeah.
Many gangs in London, where Eco was nicked, have
Yeah, if you have a pit bull terrier, I used to hear this all the time, like, if you have a pit bull and you know, your pit bull gets kidnapped or dog napped, like, they're most likely gonna use it for fucking fighting, because like, who the fuck wants to purchase an older pit bull, you know what I mean? Even though they're the best dogs, but you know, it's not necessarily something that people are looking for. There's like a big market for it. But sometimes they use them as like bait dogs and shit.
pivoted from drug dealing to dog theft. The gang I'd arranged to meet bought a stolen XL bully and a puppy they'd bred from it, which they were selling later that day.
How did you get into this?
I've been in jail for a couple of years. When I came home straight into a pandemic. So I found out about the demand for dogs during the lockdown and whatnot. And I knew a couple of people that were doing it. So I decided, you know what, I might as well set up my own little team. I'm still involved in other things right now. I do what we call OT, going out of town. Like, you know, what they call county lines and whatnot.
Is it an easier business than the drugs?
It's an easier business than drugs right now, at least in this situation we're in right now. I would say the OT risk is a lot more risk with that.
Is there a sort of puppy trap phone?
Certainly,
Yeah.
certainly. We take dogs wherever we find them, whether it's actually going into a house or whatever to get them, whether it's a dog in the park that we can lure away quickly, whatever way we can get them, we get them. My guy over there, Jack, that's the guy that will get you any dog you need. He basically knows how to control it.
Did you just dox him? My guy, Jack Bingham. Crowder Street.
Dogs. If I went in there and he acted up, I might not know what to do properly, but he knows what to do.
So if you saw me in the park with my
So if I saw you
Frenchie-
in a pot with your Frenchie, so if there was a way to lure that Frenchie away from you without you realising, we'll do that.
You said sometimes you've gone into properties to get the dogs.
A lot of the time, that's what, we do. We could scope a place out that's got a dog that we know's got litters or something, mainly litters. Like, we want the puppies mainly, because a lot of the time they don't want a fully grown dog.
So your business is getting a dog that you can then breed from, and then that's the investment, right?
Yes, that's the investment. But obviously we still do just still pups and all that. But when you get a good one you think you can breed, like over here, you will grab him and we'll say, alright, cool, we're gonna keep him for a while.
Where did he come from?
He came from someone's house, basically.
Someone's house?
Yeah.
So someone's looking for that dog?
Someone's looking for all of them. It's not a great feeling, obviously, but at the same time, you're doing it for the money, ain't you? But it's not, something to be prideful about.
And do people who buy the dog, so like the person who's going to buy her today, do they ask much about her background and sort of the parents of the dog and things like that?
No, not much really. Not really, to be honest. People just want the dogs.
And would you tell them if
If they ask, we won't tell them anything. What do they need to know what dog breed is?
do you make adverts and put pictures and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, we've got pictures and stuff of them.
So to, someone like myself, if I wanted to buy a puppy, it would all look pretty legit,
Yeah, it
wouldn't
will
it?
look pretty legit.
Do you go attached to any of them?
I can't lie to me, the dogs are just some money. If you build an attachment to a dog, you're not going to want to get rid of it. So you got to take that attachment out of it. That's why, as much as people say she's beautiful, she's lovely, to me she's just a money thing. And that's just how it goes.
And if you did get caught, say, with the stolen dogs, what are you looking at?
To be honest, I don't even know, but it's not as high as drugs, so I don't really care. So, I couldn't even tell you what kind of sentence they want to give me for that. I don't even know anyone that's gone to jail for it.
If they changed that, would that affect your business, do you think, if they did tighten the laws?
I reckon people would be more careful. I reckon maybe people might want to do it less.
When lockdown's finally over and the demand, I imagine, will ease, is that when you'll stop?
As soon as the demand eases, we're done.
What would you say to people whose dogs have been stolen?
What I say, get a new dog.
Get a new dog. This one would be a perfect one to nick, wouldn't it?
Where is the owner? Exactly, where's the bloody owner? You gotta keep your eyes on your dog at all times. Don't just let your dog run ahead of you and run around the corner before you. Because when that happens,
Bro, imagine the owner comes trailing by and there's just a bunch of dudes in fucking hockey masks. Like, what a sight to see, dude. Also, I can't help. Warger also pointed this out in the chat, but like they literally named the dude, but they did not name the dog. They censored the dog's name. But I can't help but notice the fucking dog kidnappers routinely moralizing about how bad the owners are and how bad the buyers are. It's like, bitch, you're the one who's kidnapping the dog. If you have a conscience about, like, the purchasing of a fucking kidnapped dog, then where is that about, like, the act itself? Motherfucker's about to blame everybody but himself. Like, he's about to blame the dog. While eating chicken, vegan, by the way. Bitch, we know. You didn't have to fucking announce it. We know you're vegan. Yes, I am a speciesist. Okay? It's morally consistent. You can cry about it all you want. I care about animals from a point of view of utility and the welfare and well-being of animals from the point of view of utility. Dogs have a lot of fucking utility to humans with respect to emotional support and comfort that they offer. Endless amounts of emotional support and comfort that they offer. This is like... I mean, this is nasty, dude. This is some real fucked up shit we're watching here. I'm holding my dog right now. Yeah, hold him close, chatter. The worst part is, like, these are motherfuckers who are buying those dogs, though, like, exclusively through the duration of the pandemic. You know, half of those dogs are going to end up in shelters, too, afterwards. Like, so many of them did in the aftermath of the COVID pandemic. Even though the pandemic's not over, those shutdowns are. You know what I mean? Notice how there's no cat nabbers? Just saying. Dogs come out on top once again. Nobody wants cats.
They don't care about the police. And it's not in the same way, you know, drug dealers don't care about the police. They know that this is just as lucrative, but the risk is so low to them with law enforcement. And even said that they don't know anyone who's been banged up, sent to prison for it. If, you know, the laws were stricter, if people were asking questions, and if the money wasn't so high, they wouldn't even be doing this. And they're expecting to stop it when lockdown eases.
With gangs considering dog theft a low-risk, high-reward crime, part of the problem is with the police, who tend to record it as mere property theft.
How big a problem is dog theft in the UK?
Well, if you listen to the public, it's huge.
Yeah.
But if you look at the actual reports that the police are gathering, it's not that big.
Right.
But of course, the problem we've got is it's not specifically recorded as a crime, dog theft.
Yes.
I totally understand. The public feel really aggrieved. Their dog is not a piece of property. And actually, if they lose the animal or it gets stolen, they go through all the...
Bro, asking a cop how they feel about dog theft is like asking a firefighter how they feel about fires, okay? Kind of their whole job is to, like, literally fucking kill the dogs themselves. So why the fuck do they care? You know what I mean? Like, it's in their job description to fucking murder dogs. They're like, yeah, the dog nabbers are doing our job for us because, you know, when you do a forced entry inside of an apartment complex and there's dogs inside, we have to shoot them regardless.
grief that you go through.
Actually, I don't even know if British cops do that, but...
And what's the longest somebody could be looking at?
Well, allegedly, you can get up to 7 years, in prison. But of course, the big problem is we're not seeing the convictions. And we're not seeing the convictions because we're not able to quantify how big the problem is. We've done something different in Sussex. We've got Operation Collar running. So since the beginning of this year, any theft that happens that involves a dog is properly recorded. My message to dog thieves is times are changing. The message is coming right from government all the way down that dog theft matters. I'd like to see more convictions and these criminals caught and locked up.
While Police and Crime Commissioner Katie Bourne is progressive, the rest of the country is yet to follow her lead. Many victims, like Kaylee and her dad, are feeling neglected by the authorities, choosing instead to turn to the growing online army of self-proclaimed pet detectives. I'm going to meet Lisa Dean, who is basically the canine Sherlock of Northern England. She has a team of over 3,000 volunteers across the country.
Were both of her legs broken? What the fuck was that?
She's made a lot of enemies in the dog business, so she feels safer to meet at her HQ in a local pub.
A new case involving 2 dogs has just landed in the pub HQ.
These spaniels, they were stolen from Staffordshire. This is all the stills from the CCTV from that. We're going to go over to the property. We're going to get just a feel for the land and try and work out where they came in, how they got in, how they got out.
Do you often make house visits like this?
I do when I can, yeah. We do like to touch base with the families, get a feel for how the dogs were stolen, and obviously give a bit of support to the family as well. Knock, knock.
Hiya, Lucy, you okay?
Yeah, we meet at last.
We do. I wish it was better circumstances, but
yeah, I know. Hiya. Nice to meet you, Lisa.
So on the night time, there was a lady spotted. She just seemed to appear over there. It was all dark, and she's walked down this this side of the road, and our dogs constantly bark if there's anybody about, but there's no dogs barking, so we're convinced that lady, she's involved somehow, but must have been feeding those dogs to keep them quiet.
Should we have a look then?
Yeah, let's go and have a look round the back.
So that was the hedge to the other side, so they've climbed over the one, over the second one to get into here, and then they've come through that gate, propped that one open, they've come through this gate, propped this one open. They've got to here, they know that camera's there, they've literally unplugged it. This is the final one. Open that gate, the dogs were in here, that's the kennel that some of them were in, and it's at this point I believe they grabbed the two friendliest ones and then made that journey all the way back.
And the car was waiting for him that end.
And you guys were just in there?
We were just in the house, yeah. That's when they start barking, and it's at that point when Lisa comes out. She's called the dogs back to her, and she's found she's only got 3 of the 5. She's screaming, my dogs have been taken, my dogs have been taken.
How are you doing?
Not very good.
Yeah.
Our life's changed since that night. I mean, Lisa's sleeping downstairs
Really?
on the settee, so she can listen out for the actual dogs.
I can get to them now, so I couldn't get to them that night.
I'm sorry.
She's not happy coming out in the dark.
Were you aware of dog thefts? Had you heard that there's been a surge in,
Yeah,
like...
there's a surge in dog thefts, but you don't actually think that they're going to be taking them from your garden.
Of course, yeah.
Your dog's part of your family, and you're relaxed most with your dog, and at the minute, nobody can relax with a dog when they're out walking.
It's completely changed dog ownership, hasn't it?
Totally.
What needs to change?
Awareness needs to be raised further. People need to know that they're buying...
Bro, I mean, like, I hate to be so white, but, like, dogs are kind of like a part of your family. You know what I mean? Not even kind of, like, straight up. White take, whatever. It's just true, though.
Puppies and dogs from unscrupulous sites and scrupulous breeders. Pet theft needs to be a crime in its own right. The penalties need to be increased so that there's a custodial sentence attached, so that there's a consequence. Prices of dogs need to be capped so that it's not such a lucrative business for the thieves.
Somebody shouldn't be paying £4,000 for a dog. If it was, if it was saying the maximum's £200-300, they wouldn't be stealing them to sell them, would they?
What would you say to the people who've currently got your dogs?
Just please bring them back home. We don't care how much money you've had to pay to have them, we'll just give you the money. Just bring them back home.
Oh.
Bring them home.
This family's story is just one of hundreds of dog thefts that
This is why dogs are the best. Look at this dumbass's little face. He doesn't know any better. He's just like, oh, I'm getting my face smushed in. You know what I mean?
happening up and down the country. I want to see how stolen dogs are kept before they're sold on. I've managed to gain access to a property where a gang is temporarily keeping the animals. Apparently they keep changing the locations.
Can you talk me through each of them? What about the larger dogs? Where did they come from?
I can't be too specific about where they come from, but what I can tell you is they were both taken recently. One of them, the lab there, he's very young, and he'll go quick.
And why do you think he'll go quick?
He's a lovely, gorgeous little dog, and he's young, that's the point, he's young.
I was unnerved to see the dogs were wearing electric shock collars.
I've noticed the bigger dogs here, they have these electric collars on. I imagine, from what I know about these kind of collars, that these dogs are a lot more manageable under control like that.
What are you saying is that whatever it is abusive? It's a device by which they keep the dog calm. I think it's a sensible thing to do. I'll speak about this little fella here.
Yeah? So tell me about
I've had him about 3 years.
He belonged to someone else originally?
Yeah.
He did, okay. But you've had him 3 years. And why is that?
I just couldn't bear to part with him, really.
Does he mean a lot to you now?
He's everything. He's
Yeah.
number one for me, yeah.
So you
He's
understand that
he's
love
my
of a
number
dog.
one responsibility.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, that's how I'm about my dog. But my dog, I didn't take him off someone else, you know?
Yeah.
Don't you think that the people who own these are going to feel exactly the same way about their dogs as you do about this one?
Well, okay, I'm gonna conclude here by saying that we're getting into the morality now, and if I felt any way about the rights and the wrongs of it, I wouldn't be doing it. Because,
Yeah.
so
you don't feel any
I don't
kind of way about
justify
it?
it, I don't, it's what I do. It's what I do, times are hard, I've got a conscience, but this is what I do for money, and I don't really think I'm actually harming anybody.
What?
I imagine the owners, the former owners, are absolutely brokenhearted.
Right, you know what, I'm gonna
You've had enough.
I'm gonna say yeah, thanks.
This guy violated rule number 1, dude. 10 crack commandments. Don't get high off your own fucking supply. This guy's out of the business, bro. I swear. No fucking shot he's still in the business, okay? He literally recognizes, like, he's like, what if someone stole your number 1 dog that you ironically stole from someone else?
Guys, because there's nowhere really to go from here. I've been as frank and as honest as I can with you, and it's actually been quite painful. It's actually been very painful.
Why painful?
Because, you know, this is not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to talk about. You know, it's a business, but it's not a business I'm proud of. It's how I'm making money. Anyway, so look, I'm going to say thank you and bail out now, yeah?
We should leave. It was interesting to see how he just could not handle those tougher questions. And I think this is a guy who does this all day, like he says, bread and butter. But he can't answer those questions even to himself. I'm sure he just puts it in the back of his mind and cracks on. And as soon as I asked the obvious, he shut down. And, you know, he clearly wanted us to leave.
The importers, the thieves, the victims, the pet detectives, and even the police have all agreed that stealing dogs right now is literally a walk in the park. With prices up to staggering levels, the police not prioritising it, and potential buyers not asking enough questions, it has created the perfect storm. I hope this crime will be taken more seriously, and that as the pandemic eases and demand goes back to normal, that we will see an end to the explosion of dog thefts and illicit puppy farms. But most importantly, before you buy a dog, make sure you really know where it's coming from.
So I really love puppies. Am I a soy boy? Are you stupid? Like the most normal thing, dude. Cartels are making millions on fentanyl-laced medicine.
Walk me through what happened inside of that pharmacy just now. What do they sell?
What don't they sell at this pharmacy? Drug-wise, they sell everything besides crack cocaine, ecstasy, and Molly, and LSD, I guess. But like all the drugs, like cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, weed, Xanax, Adderall, ketamine. Yeah, it's like a Disneyland for drugs.
Medical tourism to Mexico from the U.S. is huge, with an estimated 3 million inbound medical travelers in 2020. Medication is cheaper in Mexico, and you can buy most drugs without a prescription. While most people are able to find the care they desperately need, some are also buying cheap, unregulated meds without knowing they're fake.
No sabemos qué contenga. No sé si se viene barata.
The ingredients can be completely unknown, and in recent years, the DEA have seized counterfeit medication laced with the deadly opioid fentanyl.
Falsos, clonados, piratas y originales pero robados.
It's estimated that 8 million people consume illicit medication in Mexico every year.
1 million, así es. 20 millones.
I want to explore this black market industry, meet the dealers, the people combating this medical crime, and the people risking their lives for their own health.
My father is a pharmacist. He works in a very highly regulated environment where, you know, you have to have a prescription, you have to go to a doctor to get your medicine. But then with my friends, they come to Mexico and they don't have to come with a prescription. They don't have to potentially even see a doctor. They just go to one of the pharmacies and just ask for the medication they're looking for, and they get it. So it's as quick as that. So as much as it's simple and easy, it also makes me wonder how dangerous that can be.
I'm heading near the US-Mexico border to Zona Norte, a red light area of Tijuana, where medical tourists often travel to pick up cheaper meds. There I'm meeting with a former opioid user who has regularly traveled to pharmacies on the border for around 10 years to buy Percocet without a prescription after he got hooked on opioids in the US. He wishes to remain anonymous and is going to secret film inside of one of these pharmacies, pick up some of the Percocet, and then I'm going to test them to find out what's really in them.
What's up? What's up, man? How you doing, G?
Doing good.
Cool. Yeah, man. Can I just get 2 Perc 30s? The 2 Percocet 30s milligrams? Please? Yeah. Okay. Money.
How did you get into Percocet?
Yeah. A year or two ago, like, I remember trying to buy some heroin and somebody made like a blue pill. And it's just way better, you know, it's Perc 30s or whatever. I do heroin. That's not going to touch me. Because I was just like, Perc 30, like Oxycontin 80s, it's Perc 80s. That's what they probably call themselves.
Oh my God, I went, no, I do heroin, bro. I'm good.
This ain't gonna touch me, bro. But he's like, no, take it for free, trust me. Well, long story short, I took a hit and it fucking bleeding out. And I already had a tolerance to opiates. So I was like, what the fuck is that? That's not a real Vicodin or Percocet or whatever. I was like, that shit ain't real, bro. I was like, I do heroin. That shit put me out my ass.
Do you know anyone who's died from consuming these pills?
I do. Yeah. A close friend of mine had a tolerance to it, ended up taking a full Percocet and yeah, took his life.
Do you have any idea of what might be in them?
I have no idea.
So how would you feel if I told you we were going to test it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're cool with that?
Yeah, I want to know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
What the fuck does he mean, a full Percocet?
I'm going to use a portable spectrometer intended for Border Patrol to test if the drugs are counterfeit.
All right.
How many milligrams is a whole one? So it's like 100?
This is going to be a little tricky. I must look so shady right now. No, I think I've grounded it enough. Arm laser. Fentanyl. It says CASNA, illicit drug, and a red label pops up.
A Percocet pill is meant to have oxycodone as its active ingredient. This fake pill is instead cut with a deadly mix of fentanyl and methamphetamine. Fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin, and the overdose rate in the US is climbing with the introduction of this illicit opioid. It's estimated that there were 90,000 drug overdoses in the US in 2020. According to the DEA, while Chinese fentanyl seizures are down, the new source of fentanyl are Mexican cartels, specifically the Sinaloa and the Jalisco New Generation cartels, who are essentially criminal armies that rule with impunity.
We're headed to Tepito, one of the largest black markets in Mexico City, where you can find counterfeit medication, makeup, clothes, anything you can think of.
I'm meeting with a local boxing legend called Jorge, who's going to be my guide for Tepito.
Aquí es, Tepito.
That's a pharmacy.
Sí.
There's all kinds of medicine, no?
Sí.
It's like for back pain, children's medication. There's...
Para los dolores. Vamos a caminarles también.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, we need to move fast. I could tell that it's sort of risky to stop by there. And then I also noticed a motorbike passed by us, and I hear that the people who are on the motorbikes are often from the cartel. So that's also making me a bit nervous.
Sí, mira, ya hasta aquí podemos llegar ya, pero ya de aquí para allá hay muchas, hay maloras, ¿sí?
¿Aquí?
Ya es tarde ahorita, ya es tarde.
It's getting a bit hot, as we suspect cartels or gang spotters have noticed us filming. Jorge insists that we leave, but I still want to speak to a low-level vendor at this market to find out what their...
Bro, she's about to get fucking clapped. What the fuck? I feel like you can't do that without permission, right? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm just like getting into the fear mongering. But you have to, don't you get permission to do that? Nah, she's fine. That market is not that dangerous. Permission from who in Mexico? Who the fuck do you think, bro? I mean, depending on like what level of coverage you're interested in doing, you definitely will have to get permission from the cartel. Not the Mexican government.
Selling and who supplies them.
Por ejemplo, este producto no te lo tomas y no sabes qué efecto te vaya a hacer, te va a causar algún daño, no sabemos qué contenga. Eso pues se tiene que llevar a analizar. En realidad no sabes que, no sé si sea veneno para rata. Esto se le llama peonal.
This is legal?
Es diferente el color de la caja. Original. Y esto está mal hecho. El color cambia.
Yeah.
¿Ya?
And what is the most popular medication? What are people buying from you?
Lo que más busca la gente es para el dolor y antibióticos.
So do you think that the cartels are involved in this?
No lo sé, no lo sé, no lo sé.
Are you scared to tell me about the cartel?
No, no lo sé, no lo sé. Pues ya como que ya me estoy incomodando.
Oh, she's literally gonna get fucking...
Our time is up with the black market pharmacist, who's starting to feel uneasy. He seemed genuinely scared when I asked him about the cartel's involvement in the counterfeit medication market, and understandably so. I've set up a meeting with...
That is being dumped. Tepito is really dangerous, even if you are a local, if you're speaking English and with a cameraman, it can get ugly real fast.
With another dealer, further up the supply chain. He wants us to meet him at the parking lot of an empty elementary school. Can you show me the medicine?
Sí, es pirata.
How are you this dumb? Are you stupid? It's fake. Let me email them real quick, you dumb. Yeah, there's actually no way. No one has ever interviewed like members of the cartel. So, you know, that's not what journalists do. So yes, reaching the cartel, absolutely unimaginable. Like motherfucker thinks like you call 1-800-cartel. Like 90% of the reason why they fucking butcher journalists and like hang them by their dicks and shit is so that the media covers them. So, you know that, right? Like they literally, first of all, they do terrorism, okay? What they're doing is literally the exact same shit that like terror cells do. So what they're doing is literally terrorism. The tactics are exactly the same. So you 100%... They 100% love cameras, dude.
Manejo dos, el básico y el premium, pirata básico y premium. El pirata normalmente se nota en la caja y el original pues es igualito, hasta en los sellos y hologramas. O sea, las pastillas, los comprimidos, todo viene igualito. A menos de que lo pruebes, te das cuenta que es original y que es falso.
I'm looking at it and it does look like legitimate packaging. I wouldn't think.
Bro, why are we worried about the Middle East when we literally have an ISIS level threat across the border? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? What the fuck are they? What the fuck is the Sinaloa cartel gonna do to us? We're their customers. They're not gonna fucking kill us. We give them their guns and we're their fucking main customers. Why would they? Like, there's no political fucking reason for them to actually come and like try to fuck with America. Some of you have never watched Cartel like live leak videos, and it shows, okay? Not even live leak. Like they literally post up on the gram regularly with guns and like with fucking music blaring in the background, like flexing the insane weapons that they have.
Think that any of this is fake, looks real. Who are your top clients? Like what kind of medication are they going for? Or do you
Hey, they're
even
on
know?
TikTok.
Sí, se vende.
Damn, bro, you ain't never been there. Lol is different when you are there. What do you mean? I mean, yes, I have never. I've only been to Puerto Vallarta for fucking spring break. I'm super basic. I've literally never been to Mexico outside of that. But like most gringo take I've seen in this chat. Oh, you're talking about the other guy who was saying like, I don't think they have a problem with this shit showing because it's like, hey, look, come buy your fucking drugs here. This is like free. This is like free advertising for them, you know?
O sea, cuando llegan allá a la rodera, los clientes normales.
Yet another, by the way, yet another fucking literal reason. Like, yet another fucking way that American capitalism is like fucking Americans and Mexicans while simultaneously helping the cartel. Like 90% of Mexico's cartel-related problems would be completely eliminated with a couple simple tricks, okay? Medicare for all would eliminate this in its entirety, okay? Like stricter gun control measures with gun purchases and gun sales and gun manufacturing, most importantly, would shut off the cartel's like only way of getting guns. Okay? And then lastly, decriminalization of drugs. Because like we are the consumers, we get all of our pharma drugs from a lot of the pharma drugs, like, you know, with medical tourism from Mexico, from the cartel. And the other side of it, which is like way more obviously way more lucrative of a business, is like all the fucking criminal illicit drugs we get from the fucking cartel. And then we give the cartel weapons in exchange for that. Almost take Mexico has its own problems with application of law unrelated to the U.S. lmao gringo-centric take. Yeah, dude, all the fucking guns are actually in Mexico already. They just like magically appeared in Mexico. I guess the cartel is growing the fucking guns while simultaneously selling the drugs to other Mexicans. That's not a gringo-centric view at all. America is a fucking powerhouse with a fat fucking border to Mexico. If you think that that is not like serious, if you think that that's not significant, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Yeah, go try to buy a gun in Mexico, dude. There's like one fucking gun store in Mexico in the entirety of the country. It's like straight up illegal to have guns. Gringo-centric point of view. It's like talking about how there was so much gun violence in Chicago. Oh man, if, you know, look at Chicago's gun laws. Like obviously gun control doesn't work. It's like, motherfucker, it's not like it's an island. It's literally a state with borders. It's bordering states that have very loose gun control.
Normalmente se lo vendemos a personas de tianguis, farmacias, tienditas.
So you have legal pharmacies purchasing from you in addition to regular bodegas. It's mixed.
Sí, así es. Hay farmacias que te lo compran y es donde dicen, ¿no? O sea, al final mucha gente va y compra, oye, pues, ¿por qué allá me lo están dejando 10 pesos más barato? Pues ahí tienes tu respuesta. Es porque normalmente meten el medicamento clonado y pues no se dan cuenta.
My takeaway from that interview was, as someone who takes medication for headaches and whatnot, all of that looked pretty legit, but none of it is. All of it's fake.
I need to go even further up the supply chain to find out more about the scale of this operation. Our fixer has managed to track down the manager of a clandestine warehouse.
Welcome to Cartel TikTok. Wait, is this gonna be TOS though, right? Isn't there like bloody shit on this? Now show how they end up inside bags and cut like puzzles. I've never seen a retired drug dealer, says Pablo's son. I don't know if we can watch that, man.
Como aquí cae la patrulla y todo, pues ya a mí se me hacía raro, que se cayera. Se me hacía raro porque como aquí todo controlado, pues todo lo policía, todo controlado, pues. Tenemos puntero, tenemos todo. Yo no me dejaría agarrar ni mi gente se cayó la policía, no tendríamos que agarrar balazo. Estando usted aquí, no estando, pues. Sí, por seguridad de usted y seguridad de nosotros.
Oh my God.
Por eso.
Understood. So can you tell me a little bit about the medicine that's here? What is this?
¿Sí me entiendes? Son puras pastillitas que te hacen, que a veces que te hacen a la gente, son puros venenos, a veces lo hacen con droga, son cosas fuertes, ahí está mi nombre.
Yeah, and I also see antidepressants, antibiotics, antidepressants. Are those your most popular ones?
Sí, pues esas ya van de salida. Así ya están pedidas ya. Que sí, donde venderlas, a farmacias, a otra gente.
How much does this cost?
Es que los precios como todo, no varían los precios, ¿no? Varían, pero siempre lo que está más supuestamente más malo son los que más menos valen, pues. Los que pegan más fuerte son los que más valen. Pero realmente la gente no sabe ni lo que compra, pues sí, a veces. Son originales, pero realmente lo que viene por dentro no es original.
Can you tell me how much you sell in dollars?
En millones, así es. Muchos millones.
Are you associated with the cartels in any way?
Yo ahí ya sería ese el patrón, yo ahí ya no me meto. Yo nomás hago mi trabajo y ya de ahí para allá ya.
So where else are these fake drugs being distributed to? Not only are makeshift pharmacies selling illegal prescription drugs in Mexico, this is also happening in the US. I'm in Alvarado Street in LA, where we have reason to believe there are street vendors selling potentially counterfeit meds. I'm going to secret film, pick some up, and get them tested.
In the beginning, we started off very easy. We just asked for medication related to pain. Sorry. But the crazy thing is just walking through that street, there were all kinds of medication being openly sold there. And the packaging where some look fake, it didn't look like the authentic thing, like Advil PM, Tylenol PM.
Oh, sí tiene, mira. Es que hemos estado buscando, pero ¿tienes algo para dormir fuerte?
I asked about Xanax, if they had Xanax, and she said they did. And she gave me this bar, Xanax bar. The funny thing is there's no label on it. This was something she said I should only take half of one because it's so strong and will knock me out immediately. Then she gave me diazepam, which is more benzos, and said the same thing. These have labels on them, but they're different labels. Some say DZ and others say M. The Xanax bar she showed us, she said, this is from Mexico. This is from Mexico. She kept saying that over and over again. This is from Mexico, and this is really, really strong. It's from Mexico, and it's strong. Are you sure you want this? And we paid $5 for one bar.
Now I need to get these tested to find out if they're fake or legit. I'm meeting with Adam Hopkins from Metrum, a leading manufacturer of high-precision instruments for chemical analysis.
This is the 10 milligram Xanax, right? So that's the Xanax that should be very, very powerful. So we put this Xanax tablet in here, arm and acquire. We're just gonna see what this does. Wow, all right. You don't need much, I mean, 10 milligrams, that's crazy.
Why?
Because you should never have a Xanax.
Damn, my guy's like, you're getting more bang for your buck, dude.
Xanax pill with enough Xanax for the instrument to detect it right off the bat. It's like, that's a lot of Xanax. frankly, any of these things that are not licensed to be sold in the US on the street, that's a little scary to me.
The black market exists because of the overpriced healthcare system in the US. In 2019, over 26 million people were without health insurance, and even people with coverage in the US chose to receive care in Mexico because it's much cheaper. Now with criminals not just distributing fake medication to markets, but to real pharmacies in Mexico, who are the people willing to cross the border from the US for cheaper everyday health care, knowing that their medication could be counterfeit?
We're about to meet with a woman called Lupita, whose son-in-law operates within the pharmaceutical industry.
I made a fan TikTok about you 5 days ago in a video. I already got mass reported and taken down for promoting a violent organization or individual. I got it appealed though. People go out of their way to really hate on you. True.
In Tijuana, he knows people, he goes to the pharmacies there, and he also helps his mother.
Oh my God, this is not only a vegan, but also a mobile watcher vegan. Your position being consistent doesn't mean it isn't abhorrent. The suffering of dogs is wrong because they have a subjective experience and desire to live. There's no difference between the suffering of those animals and animals tortured and murdered for meat. Bro, we are like literally an hour past that point. So much so that the top of the hour ad break is here. Even though I forgot to run the previous top of the hour ad break, I'm going to run one right now. You know, at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. That vegan mobile viewer will probably not even see the ad break or not recognize that an ad break is upon him. You know, 40 minutes later, he'll have a rebuttal for it. Okay. So sorry to the fucking mobile watching vegan over here, but if you no longer want to see those ads, well then all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5. You can do that for free with a Twitch Prime. That's right. Twitch Prime is free. If you have one, you can use it here. Here's the ad break now. Starting to think Hasan doesn't read my shit because I'm a mobile watcher. No, I don't discriminate against mobile watchers. It's just that, like, you know, the delay is too big. Wait, what is my stream title? Is it a Fuck Joe Mansion?
Mother-in-law get medication as well.
Hola. Hola. Hola, ¿cómo está?
¿Cómo estás?
I want to ask Lupita why she chooses to get medical treatment across the border, and what she feels about recent reports of 14 patients dying and 50 falling ill in Pemex Regional Hospital in Tabasco, Mexico, from being administered counterfeit medication by a doctor.
Pues la verdad, que Estados Unidos me da miedo. Lo que les importa es el dinero, no les importa la salud de la persona.
There have been several people.
lmao, Austin, you're still wearing your mask. Okay, that's funny. Good one, dude. Good one, chatter.
Recently that have died from counterfeit drugs in Mexican hospitals. What are your thoughts on that? Does that concern you?
Sí me asusta porque yo tengo una experiencia también que me compro un medicamento para la tos. Como que me anestesió la garganta y ya no podía yo respirar. Me iba yo a morir.
It's estimated there were as many as 3 million inbound medical travelers to Mexico as of February 2020. And recent reports note a strong resurgence in medical tourism in the past few months, to nearly 100% in border towns, including Tijuana.
Vamos a la farmacia a comprar los medicamentos.
I want to ask Lupita's son-in-law, Jim, why he also chooses to buy medication across the border.
She says expensive.
Huh?
It's a little bit expensive.
It's expensive here?
It depends.
So it's more expensive than the States, or?
No. Not more expensive.
Cheaper than the States?
Cheaper than the States. Just different pharmacies here will have like different prices, stuff like that.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what'd you end up getting?
So I have sumatriptan. It's a migraine medication. It's non-narcotic, but in the United States.
As someone who's actually from Jalisco, it's weird to see gringos idolize the cartel life or give a shit about Mexico in general. I never said I idolize the cartel life.
States, you need a prescription for it. In the United States, the copay would be about $150 just to visit the doctor, plus a $95 copay on the medication. So it adds up, definitely. It's a lot easier just to walk in and pay $60, or actually that was more like $45. I think my conversion's a little off.
That's significantly cheaper than the U.S.
Yeah, than the U.S. And that's with having insurance in the U.S. That's a $95 copay.
But how do you know this is the real deal? I mean,
I don't. So I take it and it's effective. That's how I know that it's the real deal.
Okay, so you feel it.
I feel it.
But don't you ever wonder or worry whether it's fake or not?
It's in the back of my mind, for sure, initially, but I've never had a bad experience so far. So the benefits outweigh the risk for me, I would say.
The majority of healthcare in Mexico is a lifeline for people. But from what I've seen, there's a shift in the black market from lifestyle drugs to what are meant to be life-saving drugs by cartels and independent criminals who are exploiting the demand for medication by victims of the overpriced healthcare system in the US. The most shocking element of this is the move by criminals to synthesize the effects of powerful pain medication, in turn exacerbating the opioid crisis. Mostly what I've seen highlights the—
My history teacher ranted about you for literally an hour because you are brainwashing the American youth. Shut the fuck up. That's awesome. Their POV, you just took 30 milligrams of Xanax from a Mexican thrift store. I feel like motherfuckers that are making these fake drugs are just like, all right, put some Fent on it. Like I feel like every drug is just like laced. It's just like, sprinkle a little bit of Fent on it, dude. It's good. You know, that'll fix it.
the greater sickness of the inability of our medical system to deliver care in a cost-effective way across a broad spectrum of society.
What? The Piker Mansion Gimp. I'm an LA native living in Medellin, and I get 25 month of finesse. I get a month of finesse where I deliver $10.25 for an upper class hooker home visit, antibiotics for $7 for the usual UTI that follows, and the pink version of cocaine for $12.50 for a baggie. I love it here, bro. Dude, why are some chatters are so fucking strange, dude? Don't even fucking KEKW that chatter. Jesus Christ. That's not even real. Some fucking weird loser wrote that shit. I'm gonna fucking video game myself. I swear to God. Did you cover Gus and Sabrina already? Yes, I did. I did. Okay, I did. I fucking did. This is a wild, absolutely wild fucking series, dude. Just additionally wild that like homies are just posted up on the timeline openly fucking being like, yeah, I do crimes. Here are the crimes I do. I kind of want to watch this. Let's see. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's so fucking cool when you just get your shit blown off for literally no reason. They constantly fucking waging war with like other regional leaders, military. Seems great. I did run an ad already this past hour, but I actually have seen like legit cartel videos, not like whatever the fuck this shit is, like cartel talk or whatever. The compilations that we just watched were not that good. Like the legitimate ones are when you fucking see them rolling up and like actually fucking fighting. Remember when someone's son was like arrested? What the fuck was it? Was it El Chapo's son that was arrested? El Chapo's son was arrested and then Chapito. And then like they literally were like, yeah, no, you're not going to do that. And then the military had to let him go. The military arrested El Chapo's son. And then the cartel came in and started fucking blasting. It became like an actual battle. And then the military gave him up. Yeah, and they took on the police department. Yeah. Oh, here's the video, no violence. Yeah, here it is. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, or leader of the Sinaloa cartel and the son of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman in the city of Culiacan. We didn't watch this. We didn't watch police POV. We only watched the cartel POV on the stream before because this is a pro cartel stream, as you know. You know? Culiacan.
Sal la video. Salga. Tranquilo, señora. Tranquilo. Señora, muéstrame las manos. Ven, hermano. Enseña tus manos, hermano. Ven. Tranquilo, señora. Ven, video. Venga, tranquilo. Salga aquí, venga. Tranquilo. Pase, por favor. Salgan los tres. Tranquilo. Aquí, señor. Tranquilo. Listo. Pon aquí tus manos. ¿Traes armas?
Tranquilo. No, él no tiene nada que ver, oiga. Sí. Bueno,
Or he's like, nah, I'm not leaving without my hat. Like.
Señora, tranquilo.
Surprisingly, they have killed yet 0 dogs so far. One of the most high-profile detainments in recent Mexican history, and not a single dog dead. Kind of weird, bro.
Ya le estoy diciendo. Dile a tu gente que pare todo. Dile a tu gente que pare todo. Ovidio, háblale a tu gente que pare todo. Listo, ya. Sí, no va a pasar nada, tranquila. Tranquila, señora. Señora, no pasa nada. Pásale para acá, ayúdeme. Sí, no se preocupe, señora. Ayúdeme. No somos delincuentes, señora. Tranquilice, no se preocupe. Estamos bien. Manténla, güey. Mantén. Mantengan ahí.
Señora,
está encima del jefe, güey. Tranquila, ven, espérate. ¿Cuánto tienes gente adentro?
No, no tengo
Listo.
dormicitas.
Que paren, diles que paren todo.
Ya.
Un poquito más de visibilidad. No veo más. Ya no alcanzo a ver más. No, así. Pásame cinta, güey.
No puedo, ya.
Ya paren todo, ya paren todo. Ya me entregué. Ya paren todo. Ya paren todo, ya tranquilo, ya ni modo.
In Mexico, it was called Culiacanazo. That day that there were a lot of shooting in Culiacan, so the president released Ovidio for things to calm down. Yeah, he fucking straight up released them.
Tranquilo, por favor.
Que me retire.
Ya esto es derecho, ¿verdad?
Pero ya dígales, pues ya no quiero ya no quiero que haya desmadre.
Ey, Ovidio, páralo.
Ya no quiero que haya desmadre, por favor.
They're being kind because they know they fucked up bad. He even said they caught the son of El Jefe. They literally just let him take a call because they know he'll be killed if they don't. It's insane to think about the power dynamic here. This wasn't one of the cops got killed because of this. That's not surprising. It's like the equivalent is like fucking arresting Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Or like cops coming in and not even actually. Just like out of nowhere arresting fucking Hunter Biden, I guess, or Joe Biden kind of. Isn't the suspicion that like they don't let El Chapo talk ever on camera because like he'll leak that, you know, they're connected to the American State Department? Because he'll give orders with eye and hand movement? What? What do you mean? Linking in Morse code type shit. Like they won't let him talk to the press. We've seen Colombia's coke smuggling submarines. We watched a video of like a submarine being taken over by the Coast Guard. It was sick. Oh, we didn't. Wait, did we not watch it on stream? Did we watch a coke submarine get fucking overtaken by the Coast Guard, or did I just show that to my brother and then I thought like we watched it on stream? Oh, we did? Okay. I remember showing... Oh, this is awesome. Yes, I did see the Cholos fighting. These are... Wait, I thought I watched this on stream too. I forgot to watch
It says
this.
if these men are indeed backing the current regime of President Bashar al-Assad, that's disturbing on many levels.
One of these guys is dead now. The other one lives in, I think, Armenia. They're both Armenian They're Armenian gang members from California. There's like a big Armenian prison gang. I know so much about their background. Here.
We've seen hundreds of thousands killed, civilians, by the Assad regime.
Wait, I think I know this dude. But also, no, not this guy. What the fuck? Where? I want to watch the video. Where's the fucking video? I need to find like the actual video. The video is sick. They just start shooting out of nowhere into the wild. Yeah, gangbangers fighting in Syria. Live leak. Syria tube. God bless Syria and God bless Syria al-Assad.
Hey, we still right here, homie. It's fucking morning. Fucking. We got the enemigos right there, homie. Let me represent myself, homie. It's Creeper, homie, from the G-13 gang, homie.
Yeah, it's Creeper. These are real. This is real. These are real dudes. They literally are. I think they're a part of an Armenian. Like, there's like a famous Armenian prison gang. Yeah, they're Armenian fools. Exactly. Enemigas. It's so good.
Gang, homie. Fucking whiner from Westside Armenian Power Gang, homie. Still Puro Sureños putting it down, homie. And
Wait.
fucking whiner from
Armenian Power Gang.
Westside Armenian Power Gang, homie. Still Puro Sureños putting it down, homie. And Middle East.
Okay, to the person who told me that they're actually Mexican, you're literally wrong. They literally admitted that they're Armenian. And no, there is an Armenian crime gang. And I think some of them, they like, you know, it's like a literally Armenian gang. Surenos and Armenian Power.
Homie, in Syria, still gangbanging, not giving a fuck, homie. Look, homie, check this shit out. The Puro Sur 13, homie, still gangbanging this shit, homie. Got the G-Dub, homie. Come, homie. Check out the enemigas right there, homie. The all.
He said enemigas. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. You can't. That's just, it's great. There's an article on him. 2 LA gang members fighting for al-Assad in video are deported Syrians. Yeah, they're Syrian Armenian. Fucking told you. But again, once again, my theory, you know this. If you're from New York, you're Italian. If you're from New York, you're Italian. If you're from Boston, you're Irish. If you're from the Massachusetts area, you're Irish. If you're from Chicago, you're Polish. And if you're from Los Angeles, you're Mexican. Does not matter. It's just like automatically. That's just how it works. If you're from LA, you're Syrian? No, I'm saying that these are the most Chicano-Armenian Syrians I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right there, dog. But we don't give a fuck, homie. As you know, homie, and shout out, homie, Capone, Mr. Criminal from Silver Lake, homie, Capone from Cyclone.
So I think Creeper is the one who's still alive. The other one's dead now, this guy. And he even joined Hezbollah afterwards, too.
And crazy.
I remember when I went to Andrew's like thing that he was doing, the photo shoot that he was doing for his merch. Brace was there. And I showed Brace this video and we started talking. Like, apparently Andrew tried to like reach out to one of them or reach out to Creeper. And yeah, he just straight up, he's deported, can't come back to America, and like literally lives in Armenia. But yeah, the one that died actually joined Hezbollah too.
Local from Pasadena and Pink Lady, we still got love for you, girl. We still got love for all your homies, all the Sureños, all you vatos. Let's put this shit down to all these motherfuckers, homies.
Look at the way he's shooting, dude. Oh, that's so funny.
For all all the Sureños, homie, not giving a fuck, homie. That's right. Gang banging, homie. Post this shit up, homie. Tell the homies in fucking Middle East, homie, still gang banging, homie. Putting that shit down for the big Sur 13 gang, homie.
Syria, homie. We're in Syria, homie.
Still G'd up, Gompiwanos 13 gang, homie.
Frontline, homie.
Puro
Frontline,
HG,
homie. Frontline. We don't give a fuck.
Blasting us down, homie. Fuck them fools, homie. Look at
LA Armenian gangs and Sureno Mexican gangs have a weird alliance. Yeah, it's called prison. I'm pretty sure it was a gang started in prison. Like the alliance that was created in prison.
that motherfucker, homie. Look. That's right. Got love for all the Sureños, homie. Mr. Criminal, put that all the fucking songs, homie. You're the shit, homie.
That's how we do it, dog.
And Syria gangbanging. Look at this fucking rain, homie. Fuck them.
We're in the fucking front line, homie. Front fucking line, homie. We don't give a fuck,
homie.
dog.
Turn that shit off, homie.
So, the fuck, which is the other one? Is it not Creeper? I forget the dude. I forget the other dude's name, right? But the other dude, Lawrence said Madarian is a member of the Grumpy Winos gang from Sun Valley. Their YouTube showed them firing rifles in Syria civil war, apparently fighting on behalf of President Bashar al-Assad's regime. Bro, I'm Mexican. When I went into prison, the Muslims greeted me in Arabic. I replied, Malaikum Salam. Your Chicano accent again is so good. I'm not doing that. I need to find more details about the other dude. The one that died straight up was like, he joined Hezbollah. If you ever want to educate yourself on Hispanic gang culture in LA, watch Blood In, Blood Out. Willard can vouch. The Piker Mansion Gimp says. Is this the first instance of Mexican face? Wait, dude, are you kidding me? Those guys are... Listen, bro, those guys are basically LA gang homies claim to be fighting in Syria. Two self-proclaimed LA gang members have posted a bizarre video from what they say is the front lines of the Syrian civil war. We already knew about the Chechens, Bosnians, and Australians fighting in Syria. We also knew about some other people fighting in Syria by the name of Piss Pig Granddad. Have you heard about the two AK-wielding LA gang members claiming to fight for President Bashar al-Assad? They're saying claiming, but like they were. Takes the Syrian war's cosmopolitanism to a whole new level of absurdity. The video below, the two introduced themselves with heavy American accents and a profusion of homie and F-bombs and claim to be Creeper from the GW13 gang in Sun Valley, Hispanic neighborhood of Los Angeles, and Wino from the West Side Armenian Power Gang. We got enemigos right here, homie, Creeper says, while standing behind a wall in an identified location that looks like it could be in Syria. Hey, Happy Hop, congratulations, dude. You fucking psycho. Narcissus Kilajan's Facebook page also featured posts stating that he was fighting alongside the pro-Assad Shia militant group Hezbollah. This is very unique because these guys are over there and they are with the pro-Syria forces and pro-Hezbollah forces. We have been monitoring foreign fighters for over the years, and there has been a handful of Americans going to fight, but they have been going to fight against Assad. Yeah, these guys are like, fuck that, dude. Armenian power. Wait, let me see if I can find more information. There's like photos of him. I have seen the Japan. Yes, I have seen the Chicano culture in Japan. This is an old ass video, bro. We watched this on stream before. It's dope.
And I'm Walter, your host. If you grew up in LA like I did, then you kind of understand just how big of a deal Chicana and Chicana culture is out here. And it's a way for people like myself to both honor the lives that we have here.
Yeah, why didn't he say Chicanx? Inside Japan's Chicano subculture? Wait, oh, this is from New York Times. We'll look at that afterwards. In the video below, the two introduced themselves. We got enemigos in Syria, homie. We're in Syria, homie. Vino says after shooting a few demonstrative rounds. Frontline, homie. Chile's Armenian power gangs under the umbrella of the Surenos, who have ties to the Mexican mafia. The acquaintance said the Armenian gang members receive the Surenos' protection in the penitentiary system, where solidarity runs along racial lines. There you go. Wait, hold on. Here's nurses in Hezbollah uni. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. One of the two Armenian power gangsters shown in the Syria vid, nurses Gus Johnson, shown in Hezbollah uniform. Yeah, my man was just like, he was tapped in, dude. He was ride or die, homie. Yeah, Creeper has an Instagram. I think he just like straight up lives in Armenia with his kids and shit now. Yeah, look at him. Of course, followed by the usual suspects, dude. He's just chilling, bro. He's just living his life. I don't know what the third pick is, so hold on. Okay, never mind. It's not bad. Yeah, he's just living his best life, dude. Look at him. You expecting some gnarly shit after the family photos? I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, he's just like posted up with the homies here, so with all respect. Get him on the show? No, I'm a little worried about doing that. You know, being Turkish and all. I don't want to be seen as an enemigo. Bet he got a sweet drug supply deal with the Hezbollah. He called up what? Dude looks like Greek God X. The guy who was on Black White wants to be on the show. Did you ever hit him up? No. Underdome produces your arm. Oh, shut up. Fucking Karl Marx shit. El Turco Enemigo. How are you more scared of them than the Taliban? I mean, I'm not. I just don't want, you know. Let's see. Yeah, dude, he's like boxing, posting up at the gym, posting photos of his son. He's just chilling. Making his son throw up the fucking... Wait, what? When I was shot in the head in Syria war with a sniper in the head and an AK in the leg, gotta stay alive for my son. No, that's not the white power sign. That's the, I think they're doing that for Armenian power or something. Why'd he get deported? Dude, I don't fucking know. Some bullshit. Who did he fight in Syria? Brace. I'm just kidding. Southern Kid Freedom Fighter. This is Antivax rap from Australia. Bro, this is my favorite type of chatter. Is the OK sign still allowed to be used or did it change? Bro, this guy is literally like he was in a fucking gang. He got deported and went to Syria to fight for Assad. What are you going to do? You going to cancel him, dude? Because he's throwing up. Like, I don't even understand. Like, what kind of question is that? Yeah, those socks are super low, dude. They're invisible practically. What the fuck? He's not down anymore. Armenian changed him. I mean, it's like, how should we feel about the white power sign being thrown up by this Armenian gang member?
Old one is our freedom back.
First of all, the fucking OK sign has always been something that requires additional context.
Old one is our freedom back. Yeah. 2 jabs in the arm right now. Yeah. 2 jabs in the arm right now.
Bro, what the fuck? This is Southern Kid with 1,557 views, 9 comments. Did you make this chatter? Like, where did you fucking find this? Like, I hate it when you motherfuckers come in here with this dumb shit and you're like, bro, you gotta watch this. This is like popping off in Australia.
Old one is our freedom back. Old one is our freedom back. Yeah. 2 jabs in the arm right now. Yeah. 2 jabs in the arm right now. Sitting here, I'm thinking, man, it's time to go and get this facts. What you say? I'll pay my tax. Working hard, yeah, that's facts. Elevate, cause I'm never late. Premier Den, yeah, he's a fake. Look at the way he left the States. I'm proving, man, that he's a fake. How many times did he promise this? How many times did he promise that? Yeah. Look at the state of the road maps. Yeah. Round and round and that is facts. All we want is that truth now. Riders out, they loose now. Duck, duck, that goose now. Look it up on the news now. They do not want us to speak up. Nah. So if you're with me, let's rise up. All we want is that hope, aid. The people need to get paid. All you want to do is shut trades. And the kids out here need their grades. Seems to me this ain't the case, nah. Cause you're all about this track and trace. 1 case, 2 case, 3 case, 4. The people out here fighting for freedom, now you're calling a war. What?
Tommy ain't it. Oh no. It's Tommy ain't it, bruv. How dare you disparage the good name of Tommy in it.
Up with that, rubber bullets and bats. How is this good for? Sticking all the facts. All we want is our freedom back. Yeah. All we want is our freedom back. Seems to me this ain't the case. Nah. Cause you're all about the political race. What's up with that now? You really want to step back down, so we gotta keep on moving. Cause I know that you're losing. You know that you mucked up. You know.
Bro, whatever this guy thinks the vaccine does will probably help him, okay? Will probably make him better. Like, I almost wish the vaccine gave him some shit so he could be better for mankind. Same goes for the chatter who linked this to me. Like, this fucking thing has 1,900 views, dude. The aliens have better bars and they haven't even seen it. Anything?
You'll lose now, you're abused now, so how about you give up? All we want is our freedom back now. Yeah. So I'm never gonna go and back down. Rise up if you're with me. Yeah. I'm doing this till we're free. It's Southern Kid on the beat. Yeah. I'm doing this for my peeps. They don't want us in the streets. So we gotta do this for our peeps.
My friend was advertised this on YouTube. What did he buy, like 10 cents worth of advertising? He only got like fucking 1,900 views. Okay. Good job on clouding up this anti-vaxxer. He's #1 on the Australian charts. Already? Yeah, sorry. Joe Rogan had another ape take on paternity leave. He's not fucking anti-paternity leave, is he? That's insane. No shot. Joe Rogan goes after Pete Buttigieg for taking paternity leave. Isn't that supposed to be for the person who gave birth? He's not anti-paternity leave. He said during the discussion he was just playing devil's advocate. Okay, I need to see what the fucking video is. Here's a Spanglish music video that the Hispanic community was shitting on hard a couple weeks back. This says 8 million views, dude. Oh my god, this is 396,000 dislikes. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? I feel like Chicano's about to be like, yo, you have to stay out of Mexican people business for the first time on the history of this broadcast. Soy la 69. Oh no.
Lo que tengo me lo gané, no por ser mujer fue que me derraqué y le chingué pa' tener lo que soñé. Gracias a Dios que me cuidó y por el talento que me dio. Oh. Jenny 69 up in this bitch. Shout out to everyone in the IE. Buchona shit. From a pobrecita to a bad bitch. This ain't no flex, it's a lifestyle, ho.
Did she say this ain't no Flexican lifestyle, ho? Wait.
This ain't no flex, it's a lifestyle.
She said Flexican. Like Swagapino. Or did she just say this ain't no flex, it's a lifestyle? I can't understand what she's saying. I thought she said Flexican. Okay, I feel like I invented a new word, dude. I'm Flexican. Oh Oh no. No, I didn't say Flexipino. I said Swagapino.
Soy la 69. Soy la chingona que salió de Riverside. La que siempre quiso más.
Oh my God. Is she just straight up from Riverside? Oh no. Bro, by the way, to all the fucking Mexicans in the chat, this is exactly how Turkish motherfuckers feel whenever I show some cringe ass shit. Okay? Whenever I show you like cringe ass Turkish shit, the embarrassment that you feel, okay, for your nation, for your people, for your culture. I do that to Turks every fucking time I show like some cringe ass shit from Turkey.
A lo que me dediqué fue cumplir cosas que desde niña soñé. Todo cambió, me va mejor. Ahora me ven quemando en mi huracán. Me ven pasar, lo que tengo me costó, pero llegué y todo fue por mi hijo Manny que empecé. From a pobrecita to a bad bitch. That's a rap.
She really did something here, dude. Stay tuned for the remix. Drops this Thursday, 9 p.m. West Coast time. These comments, y'all didn't disappoint. Okay, well, I don't understand. After listening to this, I'm so confident I can win America's Got Talent. All the fucking comments are in Spanish, bro. I can't read Spanish. I love being Mexican because our people are so chill. It's easy as fuck to laugh at ourselves. Soy la 69. Everyone from Riverside is shitting on her? Yeah, because they're jealous. Okay? It's because they're fucking jealous, dude. They're jelly bean. I thought that song was this song. At least she talks Spanish, not like a lot of Mexi gringos. People get so mad at me when they find out that I can't even speak like a lick of Spanish. Or when I purposely when I purposely say, like, I think it was Dennis Villanovo, is that how you say his last name? I keep fucking it up. But like there was a video somewhere of me like not saying his last name correctly, and they're like, what the fuck? This dude's lived in LA for so long. Like, bro, there's no Spanish where I'm from, okay? It's French, man. Come on. Wait, really? Well, someone thought that he was fucking Spanish and got mad at me. When in fact, he's not even fucking Spanish and he has a French last name. Which makes it even funnier because that motherfucker was wrong too. French Canadian. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm sorry. It's a short stream, but I'm tired. When I do podcasts in the morning, I get tired early. I get fatigued. I'm going to run the last ad break here. Just never do podcasts, bro. Yeah, I know. Narco cemeteries? Are your PCs, are you still having PC issues? Well, I don't have the old PCs like straight up not working anymore. I'm going to be late tomorrow because, again, I have another podcast. Good pod today with Felix. It was really good. I had him co-host. I think you guys will enjoy it. And also, tomorrow I am, of course, doing the... Bro, this dude literally wanted me to look at this Dune tweet like all day. Apollo Noir person. Like, straight up. How many times did you spam this? How many fucking times did you spam this today? Let's look. Funny Dune tweet for you, King. HasanAbi. Funny Dune tweet for you, King. Funny Dune tweet for you, King. Let me see. Was there more? There's more, right? Funny Dune tweet for you, King. We'll make you and Austin laugh. Sex work exists in Dune too. Checkmate, Lib. Okay, I'm going to look at it. Gamer girl Fremen selling their reclaimed moisture from her still suit for millions of Solari. Pretty good. Good job. Okay, there you go. The Southern Kid dude made his video private. Wait, really? Bummer. Bummer that the rest of the world will not be able to appreciate the beautiful, bountiful treasure that is, you know, Antivax Australian rap. Which Felix? Biederman of Chapo Trap House, as always, okay? Obviously. Okay. Alright, folks. Not even that late here, but freaking tired. I want to say good night to all my enemigos, and I will see you tomorrow after the H3H3 podcast that I will be doing. I'm going to do another leftovers episode tomorrow. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. Reviewing the P.O. box. Uncle Uger's face. Sudden discord agitprop. Gray names take on race. Tiny Bernie Sanders, LGBTQ Air Force. The whole left at your fingertips, and Anya out your door. The H3 Crowder debate, the Young Turks online show. 3 full fucking years of this, and plenty more to go. 90-day fiance talks of champagne bourgeoisie. A Trump rally live reaction, a mass riot in DC. There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. Reading live stream fail comments, Austin show chat advice. In all the ways the right-wing pipeline can suck you in online. JCS react, Lord Frame gets broken, cover blown. A full-blown mass pandemic, months of streaming in your home. Total radicalization coming out to find. The system you were taught to trust in was broken the whole time.